Hello, everyone. Happy welcome to lecture 75. Yeah, isn't it great with so many lectures that I'm doing here, that I'm giving you about the Course in Miracles that could be interpreted, oh my goodness, in so many ways. And yeah, I do it my way. Yeah. And I hope you more and more enjoy this way of interpreting it, so you can actually really use it for your life instead of just just reading the book and thinking, oh my goodness, this is so abstract. How will I ever get to use it for my everyday life? And the lecture today is really a very nice one that touched me in my own story, in my own development, evolving, awakening process. Yeah, my own awakening process that I was experiencing, which was really intense. Yeah, in 2019. It was a long time ago, but it was so intense that it changed my whole. From that day on, from these 2 days where I experienced this, everything changed in my life. Finally, for good. As a huge amount of heaviness, darkness, sadness, depression, you name it. I'm just listing all the possible emotions that you might be experiencing right now while you're listening to this course, to this lection. Maybe a lot of anger and hate, about something or someone, or about yourself. And this is what we really finally today want to completely switch. And now it's kind of, I want you to awaken. Maybe you can go into this awakening process in its final lecture. It's not the last lecture, but to finalize the awakening process, you could do right today in this lecture. Yeah, this is what my intention is for this lecture. That you get it done, that you awaken. And the awakening is it is an awakening. It's like a new self that is aliving, that is born. It's like a newborn identity of yourself. And to me, it brought so much lightness, so much more understanding of how this world works, how I work, how it all works together, how it is all connected, how huge my impact, my influence is. And sure, before this awakening, I already realized, because I moved from home very far away to a place where I just worked and I had no friends, no family, no one. I was a lot all by my own self. Yeah, I had a lot of time with my own self, being completely separated from social living. Yeah, except work, I had no social contact for a long time. Yeah, and yeah, let's say it that way. I had a few people once in a while where we said, okay, let's do something together, colleagues, yeah, but very rare, yeah. And it was very distant, let's say. I moved to Switzerland, and in Switzerland, it's especially the Swiss culture is not like a South culture where everyone is open and inviting you, and yeah, it's not like that. Well, it doesn't matter. What the thing was about this was I was able to think a lot about me, myself, what do I want, why am I here, how, everything, yeah. And there I came often to a point where I realized what a huge impact I have with being on this planet. What a huge impact I had on others' lives just by being alive. I remembered my parents, my brother, and on all the experiences I had after I was in America and in England, but especially in America, I had kind of a strong experience with my boss I had there and his wife. They had a big disagreement, or they were not very good with each other. So and then I came into that situation, and they used me as their play ball for their mood for each other, and it was really, I was in between there, and that was kind of a rough experience or an intense experience, kind of a repetition of what I was having at home with my mom and my dad. They didn't have a good time together, and but there I was the glue between them. When I was there, they were together. We were all three together. When I wasn't there, they were not talking to each other, not anything with each other. And in America, with this couple, it was the complete opposite. They used me to even have larger discussions and fights, and I don't know what was going on there. I just felt it right from the first day I went there, that they had some trouble going on. Yeah, fine. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that as I was then all by myself after all this experience, I reflected it all, and I found out that I had a huge impact. Yeah, after I left, for example, from America, and I was back in Germany, this couple, they split. A few months later, they split completely. They broke up completely. And I think I was just an accelerator for this decision for them to do it. Yeah. But anyhow, I realized my huge impact, and the thing that happened was that I felt like bad about it. I felt like, oh, I've destroyed this family. I had this. If I would not have been there, maybe they would have finally found a way to get back together, maybe. And then I was also, as I was then in Switzerland, living there, working there all by myself, being very often all by myself, I stepped into a an affair, being an affair for a married man who was playing he was quite older than me. I was quite young. And he was playing with me in his very flirty way. And finally, he did more and more and tried his way through my borders. And I finally gave in, falling in love with him, because I had needs. I was lonely. Yeah? I was in a needy position, and he used that, and I didn't realize that. But I realized that again I was in some situation that I was not feeling at all good. Yeah. Him having a wife, having a child even. Yeah. That made me so mad or crazy about myself. I could almost not, I could not sleep for a few nights where I realized, oh my goodness, I have been falling in love with this guy. And it made me again think how guilty I'm making myself here. I felt so guilty by just being alive. I didn't want to be in this situation at all. I really hated it. Yeah, and so this is what I wanted to let you know that this can happen, that you feel like maybe you feel like you have an impact and the way that you are here, you make so many mistakes, and then maybe also what happened to me was I felt all the guilt often from all humanity, from everything that we do as a human race, all the bad things happening. And this was so heavy on my shoulders, and then my own being, my own understanding that I'm actually part of this, of doing many mistakes, yeah, in relationships, in behaving right and not right. Even I started behaving not right. I made myself guilty, yeah, and that was very, very depressing and putting me down. Yeah. It changed my whole life perspective anyway. I would have never been expected that I would fall in love with someone who has a child, who is married. This was the absolute unthinkable thing for me. I was such an accurate person, always doing the right thing with my head, always checking everything with my head. Is this good or not? Is this right or not? If not, no, I'm not going to do it. I was really, really mind controlled. Yeah, and then from that moment on, that was not my mind, that was my need. Then for the first time, I followed a need. And trust me, I did not want that. Yeah. And so this is maybe, where do you find yourself that you do things where you exactly know, oh, I should not do this. Oh, I should not, but I can't stop it. It's so good, or it feels so good. And I thought at the time, if it is meant to be with this man, okay, destiny, I let you do. I let go of my, I had a headache, not headache, my stomach hurt for a whole night because I felt so bad about this. Yeah, my brain, my mind told me not to do it, and my heart and my need and my feeling wanted it so much, yeah, because it felt so good the way he treated me. he was older, and he was kind of such a gentleman. He knew how to treat me, and I had very other experiences before where I was not at all treated as a woman, like a respectful, and it was such an experience for me that I couldn't stand to follow my mind. And maybe you had the same situation with anything else, or with the same thing with a relationship. But many people, like for example, they smoke cigarettes, they I don't know, they whatever it is where you think I should be, I should do, I am really confused about myself. How could I be like that? How could I do this? Where you kind of felt out of your frame, what your mind and your belief system was so überzeugt. Oh, that's the English word. So strong believing in it, and then you drop out of it, out of your own frame, out of your own rules, your own worth system, that you had. And from that moment on, you felt maybe very guilty, and your life became darker, more and more darker. And that's how it was kind of for me. I didn't feel it right away, but I had many moments that I really didn't like myself at all, for being like this. And it got worse. Yes, I finally decided, or came to the point, to split up and moved to another place, started a new job, did everything new. But with all the thoughts in my head, I tend to attract men that had many issues. Mental issues. So from that moment, because I thought I'm not good enough, I'm not good, and all this. And this is what I want you to change today. And maybe my awakening process helps you, because I realized in 2019 it happened. There I really kind of woke up. I asked these questions again to myself on a long hike, where I found out that I'm connected to everything. I had a lot of self-talks that was crazy. It was like channeling. If you have ever heard of channeling, from that moment I didn't know what happened to me, but something went through me and gave me all kinds of information. And I was really excited and surprised about all this information coming into me. It was really a very cool experience. And from that moment, it came again, these questions. If I want to die for all these bad things and all these unwell-went things and then I realized that the decision to make is absurd. It's irrelevant, because this is my life. I have chosen to come as a human being with all these matters, with all the things I'm having, I'm bringing, I'm experiencing in the moment where I was born. that was the moment where I decided to come to this planet and to have all these kind of experiences. All of a sudden, I got this answer coming through me that was so strong. These answers were so strong that there was no doubt about it. I didn't know where these answers came from, but they were so strong and so clear that my whole system felt these are right answers here. These are very basic answers of life. And I realized, okay, but there still is this part that wants to die. There is still this part that wants to die for all the bad things happening. And then I decided to, okay, you can die, you can go. Fine, we do it. Let's do it. We will be dying. We will let this part of me that wants to die, we let it go. Okay, then I did that. I talked to me. I talked to myself. Okay, you can go. Finally, and I felt really relaxed to let it go, and nothing was happening. I was just talking to myself about this. Yeah, it was a mind discussion and body language because I felt also all the things happening, talking to me. I felt everything in my body. So this part of me kind of went out of me. And then I was still there, right? I was walking along the fields, the street there, and then I said, okay, I'm still here. I let this part go, but I am here. What is my purpose here? Please finally give me the final answer to this question. And I don't want to ever ask me this question again. I want to have an answer now that is final. No more questions about this stupid thing. Why am I here? I want it now, finally. Okay. And then I felt, and I already felt by asking it and by letting this other part go, I already felt something, some kind of energy that gave me like electrical injections, like impacts, electric impacts in each cell. It gave me a shaking and it was so wonderful. And then the answer came through me. You are light, you are love. Be it and expose it. Yeah, expose it. Be it, be the light, be the love, and shine, just shine it out, shine it in every direction. Oh, it was so wonderful. And if I talk about it, it comes back, sometimes more, sometimes less in my body. But that is the answer. And I hope that you can feel it and you can go with me into that feeling and this acknowledgement, this wow. You know, I've heard a story of a man who was almost dying. Well, he was dead actually. He was dead as an 8-year-old boy. He fell from a rooftop 12 meters down, and he broke. He was dead. Yeah, his life went out of him, and it was really touching. But the thing is, he explained it the same way. He explained that he had to let go of this life, of the people of this life. Being in this life, he had to let go. And in the moment he realized he cannot, his whole force doesn't allow him, or is not enough to hold on to this life. He let go. That's what it's all about. Letting everything always go. And then you realize who you are. Everything that's left over is who you are. And the leftover is light and love. And the same thing he explained. And everyone who had such a experience where they died or kind of died and then came back, and they all explain the very similar same thing. That there is light, only pure light, and all oneness, this oneness, they feel the oneness. There is no room, there is no time, there's just the oneness. And this is exactly how I felt it. And I even had connections to animals that and on that day where I was walking, I pulled. It was really, really strange, really intense. This oneness. I realized also about this oneness, and then I could connect to animals that were running around there, and they came to me, and it was, I asked for them to come, not with my mouth. I did it with my mind, with my spirit. And they came. They turned their way back to come to me. To give me a response to my signal that I was sending out. It was wonderful, this oneness, to feel it, to see it, to experience it. And that's what you are. That's what we all are. It's not different. It's exactly like I'm saying. And you can experience that without any dead, close to dead experiences. You can experience it right now when you listen to this Course in Wonders, how I interpret it, or you just do that course by yourself, the way that it's explained. Yes, you are the light, you are the love, and nothing else. And anything else is just the stories and the ideas and the things you create to experience yourself. And yes, you can change it by letting your mind let go of all the concepts of what you are, of who you should be, and how things should be. If you let go of all the concepts, you come closer and closer to this light and love that you are. It's always a decision to let things go, to let people go. It's always, And in the end, you are not standing there all alone. You're standing there in oneness with everything and everyone. In oneness. That's the truth of this path of awakening. You become one, more and more oneness, even alive in this human body. Okay, have a wonderful day or evening. Bye-bye. And now, if you really want to change something in your life, if you really think, it would be nice to have a coaching session with Juliana. Some already used it, and I'm offering it to you again for a special, not so high price that I usually take, because you're supporting me here on this channel. So I give you this for a good price to get a good, a 1 hour session with me. It could take longer even, it doesn't matter. Take it. Don't wait for change. Grab the possibilities that are given to you. And if this is the one that you listen to now, then say, yes, I take it. And your new life starts right in that moment that you decided. When you decide no, better not, it won't change. Nothing will change. If you do, yes, I take this. Yeah, see what happens. Mwah!